Yeah, exactly.
So many likes.
But I do actually have a nice little thing to go off of. So we will channel surf, but right now we're gonna go insufferable for you right away because I got some funny Laura Ingraham Fox News things and some funny Greg Gutfeld stuff that happened.
Good.
It's great.
Greg Gutfeld. Yeah, let's watch it.
Well, it's not even political. I will say it's not. Both of them are not. It has nothing to do with the ideology of Fox News. One is my point of like, it's almost just like how spontaneity like has no place on networks like that. Like they talk about how they're these off the cuff fucking like thought people, but like, no, you're not.
Oh, they're robots. They're right wing. They know they're talking.
Because when spontaneous things happen, you don't fucking do anything.
Yeah, they don't roll with it. They don't know how to like yes and it.
Browse episodes.
Yeah, it's
This is way back from May 18th, I believe. Let me see here.
This is Tulsi Gabbard. Oh yeah, remember that happened? It's like 2 weeks ago. It might as well be 2 months ago. I mean, no one even remembers. It's such a shit show, you know. Like what they've done. Oh my God. Although I did enjoy he tacoed on some stuff, and that's a good thing, you know. So all Dems have racial envy.
No. So this is so in the middle of this May 18th episode, that synagogue shooting happened.
Ooh.
In fucking and then so they had to do a live press conference, and this happened. This went viral. But it happened, this is my point about no spontaneity. This happened live on Laura Ingraham, and then when they cut back, they didn't even mention it. Number one, it's because what was said is true, but it just shows that they don't roll with, they're just like whatever is segmented is segmented.
Yeah.
And like we haven't had time to spin this yet, and Laura's not as quick as someone like Waters would be or Gutfeld.
Interesting.
So the mayor goes up to speak.
Thank you.
Fucking direct result of your leadership! Your leadership! Our Muslim brothers and sisters have been talking to you for how long? You have to fucking listen to them, Todd. Just like you did with ICE.
Sign language happening the whole time.
Wow.
You're going to love this, though. Listen.
Doing it as long as it lines your fucking pockets, won't it? Show something! Approval rating than a fascist dictator with shit in his pants.
Watch him. He just shakes his head. He has no.
Yeah, well.
So that happened live, and you'd think they would. If I was Laura Ingraham, I'd be like, let's jump and just roast this. That you can tell that's an alt comic with a vocal fry. You can hear the purple hair.
Yeah, listen to how she's heckling him. Oh, listen to how inarticulate and foolish they are. Why are they so upset? Oh, yeah.
I'm just here with my partner, Chris, and we've had it up to here.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, it's. My best friend from college has been engaging in organized civil disobedience. They went to the ICE office in Hartford 2 days ago and shut the traffic down and were chanting up at ICE. They got coverage. They did it for an hour. It's like, you know.
Look at that. That's a good thumbnail of Karen Bass. Look at that.
Was she dancing? Was she cutting a rug there?
I love how they're going YouTube style on their like thumbs for cable television. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah. God, anything to squeeze out market share.
So here, this is actually fantastic. This is tremendous.
Okay,
we're gonna go back a good 10 seconds.
Yeah, let's let it marinate. I want to watch.
Well, no, I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna set it up.
Okay.
So they're talking about the segment is about how Letterman's spot is being replaced by Comics Unleashed. Mm-hmm. And they're all, I think, and generally the tone of just like how lame it is and like just shitting on Colbert. It didn't make money, so they have to do this. And they're also kind of propping up stand-up in a way. It's nothing really offensive. Yeah. There's really nothing eye-rolly. They're just trying to tear down Colbert by hyping up Comics Unleashed.
Yeah.
Because the stand-ups on the panel, it's more work for them. They're not going to shit on it. But this girl tries to take a stab take a jab at Comics Unleashed.
Okay.
And everyone on the panel knows she's wrong, but again, they can't just like make fun of her. Like if this happened in any comedic circle, they would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Okay. But
live, but he's
It sounds so safe, and safe is boring, unless it's in dating, and it's probably a good thing. But when I watched the commercial today, I thought to myself, where did CBS get the idea of a comedian surrounded by 4 people talking about the issues of the day? Yeah. Kind of seems like your show.
It does, in a way. It does. It's an old framework.
They
Remember,
pull
rough
back.
crowd. But
he's saving
they're
her.
doing it.
So, she doesn't know. Comics Unleashed started an entire year before Red Eye. This was Red Eye. So, no. Everyone else, this format is stolen from Comics Unleashed.
Yeah. You're doing it because you
started that. And you can tell when she said it, there was that silence because Jim Norton was on the panel and he wanted to go, what? And even Gutfeld had to go like, well, no, they're just trying to.
He's
because they don't want to be like, are you stupid?
Yeah.
Like, no, Comics Unleashed is the beginning of that format. It is safe and lame.
Yeah.
Which means that that's what they're going for.
Yeah, but it looks so similar that I thought to myself, did you spend a week at the beach somewhere? Like, when did he turn into a black man, you know?
Yes.
Whoa.
So look at this. Everyone like Tyrus, Jim, they were just like Jim Norton straight-faced, Tyrus straight-faced. Because they're just like, God, we should make fun of you.
I know.
If this was a comedy show, we should make fun of you, but they can't.
It's that simple, Tyrus.
But
See how he looked over? Like, he's just like, this fucking dumb bitch.
I want to watch it.
I mean, that's the clip. That's the.
No, I want to watch it beginning to end. I want to watch the whole thing.
Okay.
Because I think it. I want to see.
You've been inside for a long time, and you're still black.
Hey, I keep mixing the chemicals, and I get weird. I don't know.
Oh, it's his response to the racial line.
He pays for his airtime.
Well, yeah.
This is like
they immediately pivot off of it. They go back into the
basketball team, and he's the only guy.
Like, that's what I'm saying. If on the fly, you should be like, all right, let's stop whatever we were going to talk about, and we'll just make fun of her.
Yeah.
For not knowing what Comics Unleashed is. This isn't a new show that CBS created.
The whole
Byron Allen owns the Weather Channel.
Yeah. It's
his empire.
He's a billionaire. He's worth a shit ton of money. You know, it's like I like their whole like you got to pay for it. When they start talking about like integrity and money, they have literally no place to stand on whatsoever. They've sold out. They couldn't sell their soul harder. So when they say that, it rings completely hollow to me, that criticism, you know, of like, hey, this guy pays for it. Well, yeah, I'm sure it happens all the time. You know, he can afford to do that. He's got other reasons why he's doing that, you know? Anyway, yeah. But no, yeah, sure. Yeah, what she was saying, though, too, it's like, no, yeah, right. Gutfeld is like, oh, yeah, we are kind of similar. No. I actually stole from him.
And Gutfeld can't admit on air, like, no, we actually copied them.
Yeah.
Because that also would admit that, because they can't mention really Red Eye, because Red Eye, again, was not like a right-wing show. Like, Red Eye used to be the 1 a.m. We're associated with Fox News. Gutfeld used to write for Huffington Post.
Yeah.
Like, that's how he was discovered. Yeah. So, like, genuinely, up until he got Gutfeld, he was never like Mr. Right Wing. I'm libertarian, but I mean, a lot of people that considered themselves leftists, I think would say like, oh, I'm libertarian.
Oh God!
But like, he used to have all the New York comics on, Nick Mullen, all these like wokish type people.
Yeah,
he used to have them all on.
Yeah. Well, he also is getting paid a lot more money to do this, so he thought, you know, something, I'm going to break this way. So when professional wrestling guy there, when he starts talking, you know, and he's like, he pays for ooh.
I'm just putting this on. So this is we're going to do May 20th, 1988, CB News. But I've watched a lot of this, so I'm going to do a breakdown.
Winnetka, Illinois.
So,
this was the mass shooting. Was this the mass shooting? This is the elementary school mass shooting. Yeah, I remember this. Lori Dan.
Line up against the wall.
This is one of the first true kind of mass shootings.
Oh, yeah.
This in the San Diego
in the
McDonald's.
Bible Belt of Illinois.
It was in Winnetka. Yeah, absolutely.
She was just an ordinary person.
She lived in Madison. I was living in Madison at this time. She lived in Madison for a long time. She was completely insane. She was severely mentally ill.
She was a lone wolf.
I'll wait.
Announced that the gun was real and began firing.
It happened at mid-morning in a second-grade classroom at the Hubbard Woods School in Winnetka.
That is horrifying, dude.
At approximately 11:15, we learned that a broad had gone crazy.
Look at all these crisis actors, man. Look at this. This is when the left started this. The crisis actors. Come on, your child didn't get murdered. That wouldn't be a horrific feeling to have your child get murdered at school. That wouldn't be awful. What did I say?
Say has a history of mental illness.
Severe
Has a
mental
dykey
illness.
Bob haircut.
A SWAT team prepared to storm the house where she's believed still barricaded. After she
I gotta
wounded
tell
a
a story.
20
Didn't she? Did they murk her? No, she.
I think she
went-
killed herself.
Yeah.
I think she killed
Struggle
herself.
over the gun with the one son.
Okay.
He was shot. He did come out of
He
the
was shot?
driveway with one of the weapons.
The flurry of gunshots killed an 8-year-old boy. The other 5 children and the 20-year-old are all hospitalized in intensive care following surgery.
The 4 children, 3.
Dude, this is back when you went out in your surgical garb.
Absolutely, man.
You went right back in
And did a press
you
conference.
started doing fucking surgeries with your outside garb on.
I'll do the sutures. I won't dig into the organs. Just
Yeah.
I'll sew them up.
It's actually a pretty good air quality day today.
She's just an ordinary citizen. But this what she went through and set
Okay,
off.
here's the story about. Here's her background. What I know.
This is what I love because we don't know this and then, but now you know it.
Yeah, because she lived in Madison, Wisconsin for several years. She lived on State Street, famous kind of part.
This story gets a
goal. State Street, whatever. But what she lived in an apartment. I guess she was so mentally ill. She got kicked out of her apartment. She was shoving meat in between the gap between your carpet and the floor. She was shoving meat underneath there, and so it was rotting, and it smelt terrible. Like, that was one of her mental illness traits. Does he address the nation?
Oh, so that's what I wanted to get into. Right after this, I want to a basic breakdown of what the whole week, even up until today, has been in 1988 for TV news.
Yeah,
Bush is running for president.
Exactly.
So we have the Somali War of Independence starts.
That's
Moscow summit meeting between President Reagan and the General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, takes place, where the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty was finalized.
Yeah.
Which lasted, I think, until 2016, I think. Trump. That's another thing Trump got out of.
Well, of course he would get out of it. We were being hemmed in.
So Reagan letting Noriega off is a big talking point in this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
them finding out that he was finding out, quote unquote, that he was a drug kingpin.
Well, yeah, they didn't know how to deal with him.
Are MD-11 safe planes? Because a lot of these MD-11s are crashing in that era. So they're running stories about that. And they're really starting to get into the it's because of deregulation of why these planes are going down.
That was certainly an argument that's put out,
the Carlton, Kentucky bus accident coverage. There was this big head-on bus accident in Kentucky where a bus crashed and then got set on fire, and all the kids in it died.
Ooh, that's a rough one.
And the crash, through autopsy, they were like, they didn't die from the crash. This is just because
Smoke
it was
inhalation?
a slow response.
Oh.
And smoke inhalation, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Russia versus Afghan war ends.
Oh, fine. Wow. Wow.
Israel is up to no good.
Well, dude, that's been a constant drip my entire life. It's part of the reason why I'm so just... I can't. I've been beaten down.
And then we're getting up to now. George Bush is running. They're talking about this dude named Carlos Lader, who was like this billionaire drug kingpin. Literally in 1988, they're throwing around the word billionaire.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
One of Bush's own top aides is again raising questions about what Bush has said about when he first heard about drug running in high Panamanian places. White House correspondent.
Yeah, because that's what the thing with they called them pineapple head in the press.
That's awesome.
what Noriega was called. Yeah, because I remember it would have been in when Bush was elected. And then it would have been, I think, from 89 going to 90. Maybe it was 88 going to 89. They went in and basically just kidnapped him and took him out of the presidential office. Yeah, he was pretty corrupt, I believe, but also for a long time a huge CIA operative. They loved him for years.
Oh yeah.
But when you turn on the CIA, then it's like and they don't get that part of the story out at all. They don't want to have any of that in the discussion. It's like he's just an evil guy and we got to take care of him. It's like and he's someone who did business with the country probably for over for a decade. You know, it's like Saddam Hussein was supported by the United States during the Iraqi civil war, the war that went on. I have no idea what that support was, but I'm sure it was military.
Now, 88 is when people are starting to, like, Reagan's senile, right?
That was like 87, 86, 87.
Bush urged that the
He was
administration
old.
stop negotiating with Noriega and abandon its offer to drop drug.
Dude, it's so funny how hype they're hyping up Dukakis. Of like, man, this dude's got a fucking chance, and then it's just in hindsight being like, bro, you won one state, dog. You got
I'm so glad you're gone. He is the. But put on hold. Pause it. Pause it.
There's nothing I need to say.
He is the precursor.
Oh, I know.
I mean, he is the one. And when he died of brain cancer, he had a deathbed apology to everyone.
I mean,
but you
can
should have
tell
done that when you were alive, you right-wing piece of Southern shit.
Just the way his eyes are, it looks like the tumor's in his brain now.
I mean, he was very. People say his death, though, was one of the reasons why the Clintons won, or why the Clintons won. Well, why Bill Clinton won also, because in '91 he had died, and he was going to eviscerate Bill Clinton for being just basically a pervert, for being a grabber, an ass grabber.
Oh yeah. You were saying they were kind of like building that
narrative
point. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, that was against him when he was running for president in '92. And I told you this story. I knew Tommy Thompson's nephew in college, and Tommy Thompson was the governor of Wisconsin for 14 years before he became Secretary of Health and Human Services under Bush. And I knew his nephew well. We were neighbors, and so I remember.
Was he cool?
He was.
It's sometimes people that are related to those guys are like, yeah, but his nephew was cool.
Oh yeah, sometimes it can be. He was a complete climber. He is an extremely successful businessman in Wisconsin now. He is worth millions of dollars. He's an attorney. He sits on big regulatory boards and stuff. He's completely wired into the economic system of Wisconsin. And and Tommy Thompson was. I mean, when Clinton was running, I remember this guy was telling me, oh yeah, the problem with Clinton is he chases women. So he knew all the right. I bumped into this guy after the Rodney King
I'm listening,
riots.
by the way. I just have to search.
It's okay. I talk to myself all the time. When the Rodney King riots had just happened, and I bumped into the same guy who was Tommy Thompson's nephew.
June 5, 1988.
And he was loaded for bear to talk with me because he knew I was like liberal, and he didn't like him. He didn't like that. And I saw him on the street. This is one of the last conversations I ever had with him. It was during the Rodney King riots. He's like, you know why that's happening, Adam? It's because of government spending. They have too much welfare. They're in government spending. They're entitled. I mean, it's such a fucking right-wing asshole response that is so not true, obviously. I remember I was apoplectic about it. And I was just like, I was, what are you talking about?
A young rat-tailed Adam Croce is vibrating with anger.
Yeah, I was getting really pissed off at him. And then he ended the conversation
Was your voice different back then? Like, I know you hear it how it is now, but then you hear footage of yourself. Like, when you hear sets from 95, are you like, oh, my voice was squeaky?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'd actually like to watch that. Now, I have clips of that. I should pop, and I have like DVDs and stuff, but I should transfer that to digital. Anyway, but the point is, I was in a total argument with him, and he probably won the argument, whatever, but he was also a complete stubborn asshole, and they just gaslight you. That's the classic right-wing response. No, you're being too sensitive. No, someone almost got murdered. It was caught on film, and that had been the experience for black folks for so long in that city. They were sick and tired of it because they're sick of being afraid for their lives, and that he just could not think that way. So I remember when I left the conversation, he's like, next time we'll just talk about baseball. So I waited until Clinton actually won the election. I hadn't talked to the guy in 6 months, and I called him up, and I was like, ha ha, when Clinton won. I mean, I completely just was an asshole to him and hung up, because I knew it was going to, and he answered, he was like, hi, Adam. I was like, he won, ha ha, and I hung up on him, I felt very good about that. You have to understand, the Republican Party thought they had the White House locked down for eternity.
And then Clinton
broke that. And then he also won re-election. It just flew in the face of their entitlement. I mean, this fucking... One thing about white folks, man, some white folks, their entitlement is through the roof. It's incredible, the assumptions they make, that they think everyone lives by the same sort of standard. It's
Five
bizarre.
Alive, We Are Oklahoma. What a fucking great call sign.
So anyway, I went off of that. That gets a point somewhere.
That's a goal.
TV news.
I mean, TV news is putting a fucking hurting on game shows.
Wow. Yeah.
6-1, dude.
I mean, I cared about current events back then. It was interesting to me.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. The U.S. Supreme Court will soon be handing down a landmark decision in an Oklahoma death penalty case.
Look at the camera.
Is whether juveniles should be sentenced to die for a capital crime.
By the way,
attorneys.
Oh, they love murking people. Death penalty was all the fucking rage in the 80s.
With that, it's all part
I think
of the
Clinton was the first person to like to brush taking the death penalty away, right?
Well, this was an issue that the right pounded the Democratic Party on for years. They're soft on crime. They're soft on, and they still do it. I mean, this is part of it's creating ICE. I mean,
Look at Wayne.
This is part of what it is right now. This is part of them trying to create even another security force with the slush fund.
Look at Wayne's eyes.
Yeah.
Would they believe they was going to die if they did something? They'll tell you.
Hell yeah, motherfucker.
This young man, Wayne Thompson.
I used to write for Amnesty International. I wrote letters and letter campaigns. I was woke when I was 16 years old, buddy. I was writing letters about political prisoners in Nicaragua.
Go out and commit this kind of act.
This kind of act, man.
Wayne Thompson is behind bars at the Oklahoma State Penitentiary.
Can we look it up? Did they off him?
Wayne Thompson?
Did they? And you know something? Keith? They offed him. I guarantee you they offed him. But that was a huge issue that Republicans used to pound the right on. And Clinton was the first guy to actually say, yeah, we have the death penalty in Arkansas, and I approve it. Like, he took that issue away. Like, that very much, like, that was the country, like, they had won that issue, basically.
So crocious.
They won the issue of the death penalty.
God. He's free.
Oh, he is?
Convicted of murder as a teenager, Wayne Thompson is free after more than 4 decades in prison.
Whoa.
Oklahoma repeatedly rejected Thompson's release, weighing the violent nature of the crime over his efforts to change. Now he has a second chance. This was October 2025.
Whoa, man! He's probably like
he looks like Tim Walz.
Is he like? How does he look compared to that picture? He's a kid in that.
I'm going to swing my camera over, but he looks like Tim Walz, dude. Look at him. He genuinely looks like Walz.
Wow.
It's Tim Walz. Why isn't Fox Point pouncing on this? Look how big it is. Look at his sister.
What's the education budget?
That's a girl that makes a meatloaf.
Yeah.
Say our state has provided the least amount of new revenue for education in the past 5 years of any state.
Yeah, education in Oklahoma, the funding for education, there are school districts. You only go 4 days a week. You don't go on Friday because they don't have enough money to pay people.
Combined money from state, local, and federal sources, Oklahoma ranked 49th with an increase of 10%. Texas raised funding by 39%. Arkansas was up 54%.
Yep.
The only state ranking.
See, that's important. That 54%. That's what gets Clinton elected in 1992.
And also, you know who also was part of that was Hillary worked with the education system in Arkansas. Now, by the way, all those states, Texas is now like 50th or 48th. They've cut off that the hard right wing message just completely took over that part of the country. I mean, it was always that way, but it's really taking it over now. Norman. That's where the University of Oklahoma is at.
I thought that was just the guy's name getting into the van.
No, Norman, Oklahoma.
Department of Agriculture van, keeping an eye out for lawn companies that aren't licensed to spray against bugs and weeds.
See, that's what you need to do now. The guy would be looking for illegals.
You know, I'm Mark Fuller.
Required to be licensed in compliance.
He's got a state gig. Yep.
But if they do not spray.
All right, let's shake it off. That was a good thing. Scored 2 goals.
Yeah, exactly.
TV news doing well.
I'm getting